Hello, my name is Jake Bonoff. I will be doing a presentation on how to dress for success in both the interview for the job and while being employed. Uh, for one to be successful in the business workplace, one must first get employed, obviously. I'm talking about the interview. This is the first part, generally the first thing you'll encounter when entering the workforce. Most, but not all, a large portion of employers will use some sort of one-on-one screening process, and that's where the interview comes into play. A good appearance can make all the difference. According to a University of Texas study completed earlier this year in 2016, over 55%, or on average 55%, of another person's perception of you comes from the instant they see you. Now, 55% is a very large number. More than half of your first impression is on looks alone. So how should you dress to make the interview a success? Well, here are some simple tips. Have well-groomed hair. This is very simple, just takes a little bit of time. Make sure hair is not unruly all over the place. Make sure if you use gel, it is applied correctly. Make sure the hair is neatly combed. Unkept hair can look unappealing to an employer. Make sure facial hair is also well shaven. Make sure, I'm not saying you should always shave completely, but make sure it is in check. Make sure clothes are wrinkle free and clean. You don't want a shirt with creases down the middle or pant legs with creases the same. You want to make sure that your outfit looks like you spent some time preparing it, whether that be if you need to iron it or press it. Just make sure your outfit is nice, wrinkle-free, clean. My mom would say wrinkles imply laziness, sloppiness, so you don't want that. And then the last one, wear solid but conservative colors. Now you may be thinking, what does color have to do with it as long as I look nice? Color actually means more than you think. Psychological analysis of color indicates that each color relays visual stimuli to the brain associating certain traits with certain colors. Now that's awfully deep for just a presentation on what to dress like in an interview, but we want to make sure that the interview goes well, and if certain colors are associated with certain things, we want to make sure we pick the right associations. These right here are some colors to avoid. Your greens, purples, oranges, and reds. These colors, while you saw, are associated with some positive traits, but they are also very flashy. Now, some of these traits are good ones to relay, others not quite as much in an interview, but it's the powerfulness of the color. Some of them are bright. They are visually stimulating. They should not be used excessively. They can be very distracting to an employer. They want to be focusing on you, not on your outfit. Like a dietitian would say in referring to sweets, use these in moderation. These colors should not be used excessively. These colors here, however, your grays, blacks, whites, some blues, they are more vital in building an outfit for the interview. They are more important. They may seem more bland, but that is a good thing. You don't want something too flashy. You want something that is not distracting, and that's what these colors are. They all have soothing components if you read the descriptions. For a man, most of his suits are going to be composed of these colors: gray, black, some darker blues. And for a woman, it's going to be the same. If you wear a dress, pantsuit, you want them to focus on these colors. You can add those other colors in, but make sure the focus is on these. You don't want something very distracting. For example, a guy with a suit, black suit with a red tie. That can be done. The red would not be too distracting. Like we saw on the last page, red symbolizes power. You want something that makes you stand out, and that's what red can do, but the red tie is not too much. Now, assuming all goes well, you get the job. Hooray. But it does not stop there. That is only the first step. Success comes from more than just finally getting the job. Knowing what to wear in the workplace is essential in keeping that job. Each job is different, whether you're a bank teller or a person that works at Walmart or a daycare babysitter, something like that. You want to be appropriate for your job. In most cases, you'll know ahead of time kind of what these employees wear. Like if you've gone to a bank, you'll know if you're going to be a bank teller what they generally wear. You know, the Walmart employees have that blue polo uniform. But if you do not know ahead of time, go in there before you finally start working. While you're going in for the interview, see what the people are wearing. If you can get a good idea of what they wear, that'll help you if you do get that job. If you can't go in there, look for a dress code in the handbook. More than likely an employee or an employer will give you a handbook. Look if in there if there's a dress code, or go to Human Resources. They can help. Look for keywords in that handbook. Uniform, business dress, business casual. That'll give you a good idea of what you should wear. And remember, be smart. Certain jobs require certain safety clothing, like a hard hat, a lab coat. Don't be like the guy in the picture, or be like him, wear the hard hat. Don't be like the guy up top in a hazardous work environment. You don't want a hammer to fall on your head because you're wearing a suit instead of a hard hat. Be smart. It's not very difficult. Dressing for success is very important, but it is extremely simple. The stats show you, that 55% shows you just how vital it is to be visually appealing before you go into an interview. Now it is up to you to take these tips and use them so that you can dress for success. Thank you.